If you've ever been through abuse, there's something you need to hear. It was not your fault. Your feelings are valid. And if you've ever doubted yourself, you're not alone. Many survivors and even society misplace blame where it doesn't belong. But today, we're breaking that cycle by understanding what trauma really does to the brain. Because once you know the science behind it, you can start taking back control. Imagine your brain has an alarm system. That's your amygdala. Its job? Detect danger. When you face abuse, whether physical, emotional, or psychological, this alarm goes into overdrive. The problem? When trauma is ongoing, the amygdala doesn't shut off. It stays stuck in high alert mode, making you constantly anxious, fearful, and on edge. Even in safe situations, your brain keeps looking for threats that aren't there. At the same time, the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for decision-making and emotional control, starts to weaken. So, while your fear response is on max, the part of your brain that should calm you down, it's barely working. That's why survivors often feel overwhelmed, struggle with focus, and even find it hard to trust their own emotions. Trauma doesn't just affect emotions. It literally changes how your brain stores memories. Chronic stress shrinks the hippocampus, the part of your brain that helps with memory and learning. That's why survivors often have blurry, fragmented memories. Ever heard people question why survivors can't recall every detail? This is why. It's not because they're lying, it's because trauma rewires memory storage as a survival mechanism. Understanding this can help us be more compassionate rather than skeptical. Now, here's something you might not expect. While some survivors feel too much, others feel nothing at all. This is called emotional blunting. When your amygdala is overstimulated for too long, your brain can start shutting down emotions as a defense mechanism. It's like flipping a switch to numb mode, blocking out both negative and positive feelings. This might have helped you survive in the moment, but long-term, it makes healing even harder. If you've ever felt disconnected from your emotions, please know it's not your fault, and you are not broken. Here's another effect of trauma that most people don't realize. It can lead to impulsive decisions. Why? Because trauma damages the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that helps you think things through. Studies show that survivors of abuse are more likely to struggle in school, engage in risky behaviors, and have difficulty controlling emotions. It's not about making bad choices. It's about a brain that's been rewired to react fast instead of process carefully. The good news? With the right support, this can be improved. For many survivors, the battle doesn't end when the abuse stops. The long-term effects can lead to depression, anxiety, PTSD, and even physical health issues. You might feel hopeless, exhausted, or like you're always on edge. But here's the most important thing to remember: healing is possible. The brain is adaptable, and with the right help, you can start to rebuild.